Hey guys, what up, big deeds? How's it going? Just reporting here from beautiful Orlando, Florida. So we're having a great time here. So I'm at one of the timeshares. I was in this program. Sometimes I get a part of this program called it's like where they try to sell you these timeshares, and they try to sell you the timeshares in exchange. They buy you like places to go and stuff like that, and you get to go places in exchange. They give an opportunity to try to sell you timeshares. So I'm a pro at navigating these things. So you sign up and they're gonna try to pitch you. They're gonna try to sell you their very best, and they're gonna see if they can get you to buy a timeshare. I never do it, but I navigate through that. So like there was one time where that we were at Puerto Vallarta because I was traveling with my brother, and they had us in this special program where they knew they weren't likely to sell us because I was traveling with my brother, and usually like they're able to sell to couples. So they put us in a special program where they didn't even think it was worth it to sell it to give us breakfast. I was with my brother, Fallback Jack, and they put us in a class where we didn't even get to have breakfast, and we're among all these couples. Couples are, supposed to be more likely to buy timeshares, and the couples were all around us eating breakfast because they figured it was worth it to sell breakfast to the people who were traveling as couples. Whereas my brother and I, we had just gotten up, and we were so hungry. We were fasted, and the guy was rapping about how we should buy this timeshare and going on and on about all these different benefits and everything, and like we could barely pay attention because we were so damn hungry. So finally, like through it all, I was just like, listen man, I can't make this decision on an empty stomach. And he was like, oh, because he figured I was on the fence, which I actually was. I sort of was on the fence. I was on the fence about buying the timeshare, and then he was like, "Okay, oh, okay, whoa." Actually, he figured give me some nutrients, I'll be able to make a decision. So he gives me breakfast, and we went in on the breakfast. We had like three giant plates, huge buffet plates of food, and we dug in. I mean, throughout the whole time, my brother, like Fallback Jack, bless his heart, he's in Australia right now, dealing with the bushfires. No, actually, he's in a different part of the country from the bushfires, thank God. But he's doing the most deeds. He's part of the Big Deeds company. He'd be hopping around with the kangaroos, like in the pouches and everything. He been doing the most deeds. Um, so Jack was just zoned out the whole time. He was just in another world, and I was focused in. I was on the fence, but finally they were able to give us the food and the nutrients for us to help make the decision. And we went in and really took advantage of that food. I'm not gonna lie, we took advantage of that food, and we enjoyed. And nutrients hit me, and I was able to make a rational decision. I said, "Hell no, I ain't buying in this timeshare." I mean, when you really put your reason in on these things, like the timeshares and all that, they're not worth it because you got the maintenance fees, a lot of maintenance fees. It's not a worthy investment, but a lot of times it's nice to travel along with the timeshare companies and learn about what they have to say and experience some of the timeshares. But I wouldn't recommend buying in on the timeshares, honestly. So just make sure you hold your ground on that one. So I'm here in a beautiful Orlando, and anyways, the end of that story, which I didn't finish, was I finally got the reason and the nutrients to be able to tell the guy, nah, I'm not doing it. But we did get to see a beautiful tour. It was in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and it is gorgeous. We were able to take a few tours around there, and I'll have a future video about all the beautiful tours. We got to do zip lining and see a lot of the awesome stuff around there. Mexico is an amazing country. So, anyways, as I said, I'm here in Orlando and got to see my way around. I'm really close to Disney World, right around the corner from Disney World. I'm here with my awesome wife, and able to see a lot of these things. Um, nice resort they have here. Um, I we went. My cousin came to visit today. It was awesome. Connor, I love Connor. He's the man. He bought me mini golf, and he's a good golfer. He is a good putt putt guy. We went mini golfing with the Gators. Oh man, there were Gators all around, and so I actually beat him, but there's a little caveat. He gave me a handicap of 3. He gave me a handicap of 3 because I was sucking so bad. And so I needed that handicap. But I beat him with the handicap. 3 strokes on every hole. But we had a good time. I love putt putt. And then after that, we went to a Brazilian steakhouse. And I have no idea what they do this food. But oh man, it was like $16 for the general buffet, and they have like sirloin steak in there. But if you want you pay $29, you get the full deal, and they have all types of different cuts. I don't know what they put in there, but oh man, my tum was acting a little funny. Like it was a little weird down in that tummy because it was I don't know what happened, but like I felt so full, which isn't normal. Like normally for like keto dudes like me, you don't feel so full all the time. Like you're able to really do deeds on a buffet. My boy Ian. Oh man, I love Ian. He's the man. He's the guy I was telling you who has sometimes trouble walking. But when he gets on a snowboard, he has the severe OCD. When he gets on a snowboard, he's flying. I'm eating his snow. But he loves hibachi. He's a big hibachi. He's a hibachi guru. Hibachi Supreme Buffet. And we went to hibachi and we were feasting. I kid you not. We were at Hibachi Supreme Buffet for 3.5 hours. This guy was going in. We were both, well, I mean, we had a business meeting at the Hibachi Grill. It was awesome. And this guy was so funny, dude. Okay, so like, he was looking at all, dude, the first thing, he had this giant plate of sushi just piled up, giant, like a mountain, Mount Everest of sushi. And then he was looking at the soup and his hair, because he got this nice long hair. It was going in the soup, and the manager of the hibachi came up and was like, whoa, what's going on with your friend over there? Da da da. So I had to go get him because, his hair was like getting too close to the soup. And then at the end, he had the ice cream cone. Like, he got this giant ice cream cone. He swirled it up, like a mountain. But it was so big, and he wanted to dip it in the fondue. And he had to, like, hold that thing sideways. He had to hold that giant sideways to dip in the fondue. He's holding an ice cream cone sideways. Nuts, man. Oh, my gosh. Anyways, I wanted to... So, my reason to bring you this video was that, first off, saying I'm having a great time in Orlando. Second off, to let you know, I haven't made a video where I was just talking in a while. I mean, aside from that blood video, which I will touch upon. But the thing is, first off, my challenge, running challenge, just because I haven't been making a video every single day doesn't mean I haven't been focusing on this challenge. I've been running every single day. I promise you that. Every single day I've been running. Because my challenges that I take up here on YouTube, I take serious, very serious. So I want you to know that if I take a challenge up, I'm going to follow through with it. So my running challenge, my challenge to run every day, I'm going to follow through with it. Another thing, speaking of challenges, one of my best buddies, Carlos, one of my best buddies from college. I cannot tell you how many good times we have in college. He's doing his PhD down at Rice University. He's soon as me, Dr. Carlos Moreno. He challenged me to bike 100 miles in less than 7 hours. Guess what? I'm effing doing it. I'm going to go in. I'm going to take on that challenge. So I have to make plans. Obviously, that's a pretty significant challenge. Biking 100 miles in less than 7 hours. So I have to plan for that. And guess what? I'm gonna do that thing completely fasted. So just FYI, that's gonna be the power, the keto power, the fasted power. So just letting you know what I'm gonna do. And Carlos is the man. So I'm gonna do that. Also, so this is the next video, the next more talking video I had to do after I gave blood. So I just want to give a cap off on that. My wife, I started talking about something she didn't want me to talk about. That's why I had to cut off that video. Anyways, I did want to finish up that video. It was so great. We were just driving along looking for something to eat. All of a sudden, we see this funny red van, and there's a bunch of like nurses in the van, and they're just like trying to get your blood. And so we go. My wife was like, "Oh, let's go. Let's give her blood." I couldn't believe it. And you know me, I have such a fear of giving blood. I have a fear of needles. I have such a fear of giving blood. And seeing blood come out of me, oh my gosh, it's so scary. It was so scary. So I was freaking out. And on top of it all, they were telling me about how, I was keto and fasted. They were telling me about how since I was keto and fasted, and like because I told them I hadn't eaten since the night previous, they were like, "Oh my gosh, your blood sugar's low and you might pass out." And I was going through my head the whole time, "I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna pass out." And they were pushing carbs on me. They're like, "Oh, you should have some cookies. You should have some juice. This and that." But I held strong. I was like, "No. I don't do the sugar thing. I'm sorry, I don't do that." So they were trying to get me. They were trying to get me. I tell you, these carb munchers, these glucose burners, they try to push glucose on you. They'll do it. Once you go keto, they're gonna try to push it all the more. So just FYI, don't let it get to you. Stay strong and keto on. Oh, stay calm and keto on. Shout out to Keto Dudes, one of my favorite podcasts. Go check them out. And go check out the ketogenic forums. Great things. So I just want to let you know. Oh, but one thing I want to let you know, giving blood is super worth it. I totally recommend giving blood. According to the lovely ladies that I spoke to, you can save up to 3 lives on average, like 3 lives for giving blood. 36,000 units of 36,000 units of blood are required each day in the United States. Each time you give blood, you give 1 unit. So you're doing a good thing. When you're doing a good thing, it's good for your heart. It's good for your soul. It's good for your well-being. It gives you a purpose in life. It is so good for you to do good for others. When you do good for others, it is such a plus for your mental health. It is a source of positivity for you. Also, the lovely ladies there, bless their hearts, they told me it can help your reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease and prostate cancer for men by up to, or not by up to, but by 40%. These ladies told me. They also have seen things about how it's good for your emotional health, obviously doing good for others, reducing your risk for cancer, helping you resist liver diseases, helping you to clear out your blood, reduce your iron levels in your blood, because high iron levels cause cardiovascular disease. And there's just so many more benefits. But the best benefit is to others. You're doing good for others. Big Deeds is all about doing good for others. Shout out American Red Cross. Thank you for providing the blood for our needy people, people in car accidents, people with blood transplant who need blood transplants. My wife even needed a blood transfusion herself at one point. People need it. Yes, there are people lined up to do it, but you don't want to be counting on those people to give that blood. You want to be one of the people that people are counting on. You want to be one of the people that people are counting on. That's a tongue twister. You want to be a part of the solution. If you're not a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem. Big Deeds is all about doing for others, because doing for others is a part of spreading good vibes. And Big Deeds is all about spreading the best vibes. I'm super serious. All right, guys, don't forget to go out there and be nice to people and spread the good vibes. Shout out Midwestern Method, who taught me about that phrase. Go out there and be nice to people. But please go and spread the good vibes. That's an original. Well, it's been said many times, but it's not my own original. But, anyways, please like and subscribe. I love you guys. Peace.